Hi guys, so the weekend was awesome with Lovable, and its AI showdown. So Lovable allowed for free credits, so you could build whatever you want for these 2 days for free on Lovable. You could use whatever model you wished for, whatever model you felt using like, and I used all three for my different projects. So I built 3-4 applications. One was definitely Companion, and I used Anthropic for that. Apart from that, the second one that I built out was Fundable X for startups and investors, and I built on OpenAI. And the third one that I built was a application to find jobs. So you could just upload your resume and ask it and give it a prompt that I need a job in, let's say, a group marketing job in Gurugram, and it will find you relevant postings. So I built out this, and I built this one on Gemini. So thanks Lovable for the for giving out these free credits first of all. So I just wanted to compare how all these three models did. First one, I'd say in design sense, I liked Gemini a lot. So Gemini right off the bat would bring out some designs that I really liked, so I'd give that to Gemini. Secondly, I think the second place was in design sense would go for Anthropic, and OpenAI was the last. OpenAI just didn't do a lot of justice to the design part, I'd say. So OpenAI was third in this segment. Secondly, if it comes to generating like actual building, the experience of actually building with the model, I'd say Anthropic was the best, hands down best. Second one was OpenAI, and third I'd say would be Gemini. So Gemini and OpenAI both were sort of felt shallow, in that sense that once I gave a prompt to Anthropic, it would actually build those functionalities out. But OpenAI and to that extent, Gemini as well would stop at the front end stage itself, would give some screens only, but no actual functionalities. But Anthropic would always would be 2-3 steps ahead, so I need a lot more prompting with Gemini and OpenAI is what I felt. So the actual building part, I'd love Anthropic a lot. Then when it comes to I'd say bug fixing, I'd say Anthropic was the best, but what worked best for me was actually to switch between models a little whenever there's a persistent bug that is like they're not going away. So there I felt that switching between the models really helped out, because there was this persistent feature that I could really apply, really implement using Anthropic. Then I switched to OpenAI couldn't help that much, helped a little, but then I switched to Gemini, and Gemini was able to help. Gemini was able to push us ahead, although it didn't solve the issue completely. Then I switched back to Anthropic, and the issue was resolved. So in that sense, where you are like stuck, then switching between models help. But even for bug fixing, I'll say Anthropic did a really good job. So for me, the winner definitely was Anthropic. And when next, if I talk about the structure of the plans that these guys come up with, I felt OpenAI was just a little better in coming up with those structures and plans, but Anthropic is also one or two steps just behind that. I'd not say that it's much of a difference, so I'd rather say a draw between OpenAI and Anthropic. Gemini was also doing a good job at that, but somehow I was not trusting Gemini. I'm not sure, maybe some bias in my head did developing after I saw the performances across the board. Gemini and if I talk about intent detection, I'd say Gemini was the worst, because I wanted to do something, but Gemini was confused, I guess, as to what should it be doing. Anthropic I'd say fared a lot better than that, and OpenAI was really good. So I'd say, and even in this, although I'd say there was a sort of a draw between OpenAI and Anthropic. Overall, my experience, if I have to go build an application, I'd choose Anthropic over any of these guys. I'd choose Anthropic over OpenAI as well, but I definitely love a combination between OpenAI and Anthropic. And this exercise really made me feel, really made me aware about actually the great work that Lovable is doing, because in the paid version you don't have to switch between the models yourself. It just detects, it just selects the best model for that job, and it does it for you. So but here we were the ones doing that switching part, and I really felt that okay, we need to be smarter, a little smarter as to what models we want to choose. So for me, so as I said, on intent detection, on bug fixing, and all of those things, whatever I've mentioned, overall the experience of building with Anthropic was the best. If I have to go for something, I would go with Anthropic. Second, on I could go with an OpenAI as well. I would have slight doubts, like I'd be slightly doubtful, but even OpenAI would work for me. No qualms there. Gemini, I might not be very comfortable going on with.